Today is Monday the 1st of August, and this week on Battle Drill Devotionals, we're reminding ourselves about the spiritual discipline of waiting. When God makes us wait, we have to learn to trust that He is still working. Today's Bible reading is Nehemiah chapter 2 and verses 1 to 10, and we're reading from the New Living Translation. Nehemiah goes to Jerusalem. Early the following spring, in the month of Nisan, during the 20th year of King Artaxerxes' reign, I was serving the king his wine. I had never before appeared sad in his presence. So the king asked me, "Why are you looking so sad? You don't look sick to me. You must be deeply troubled." Then I was terrified, but I replied, "Long live the king! How can I not be sad? For the city where my ancestors are buried is in ruins, and the gates have been destroyed by fire." The king asked, "Well, how can I help you?" With a prayer to the God of heaven, I replied, "If it please the king, and if you are pleased with me, your servant, send me to Judah to rebuild the city where my ancestors are buried." The king, with the queen sitting beside him, asked, "How long will you be gone? When will you return?" After I told him how long I would be gone, the king agreed to my request. I also said to the king, "If it please the king, let me have letters addressed to the governors of the province west of the Euphrates River, instructing them to let me travel safely through their territories on my way to Judah. And please give me a letter addressed to Asaph, the manager of the king's forest, instructing him to give me timber. I will need it to make beams for the gates of the temple fortress, for the city walls, and for a house for myself." And the king granted these requests, because the gracious hand of God was on me. When I came to the governors of the province west of the Euphrates River, I delivered the king's letters to them. The king, I should add, had sent along army officers and horsemen to protect me. But when Sanballat the Horonite and Tobiah the Ammonite official heard of my arrival, they were very displeased that someone had come to help the people of Israel. Amen. Do you like waiting? When you're in a queue in the supermarket, do you remain super cool and relaxed? Or do you start getting fidgety if the line is moving too slow? Does your blood start to boil if you're stuck behind a slow-moving vehicle for too long? Or what about waiting for that must-have Amazon delivery that you're desperate for? Life is full of waiting. Sometimes God makes us wait too. Imagine what spoiled human beings we would be if He answered every prayer we made immediately. There would be no need for faith, no need for trust. Our faith would never be tested. But God sometimes makes us wait. Nehemiah waited. It was the month of Kislev when he heard about the state of Jerusalem's walls. He was so desperately sad about it, he must have wanted to go straight to the king and demand to be allowed to go and rebuild them. But he waited until God told him it was the right time to act. That was 4 months later. Nehemiah had to endure a long winter of waiting first. But whilst he waited, God worked in the mind and heart of the king. When we're waiting, we can't always see God working, but we can trust that He is. Whilst you pray, whilst you long for a change in your circumstances, while you wait for things to change, God is working. As you reflect on that today, you might want to use this question to help you. How does practicing patient waiting grow your faith? And I hope to see you again soon for another battle drill.